computer so that we would get audio. Sorry. And I had the computer playing. Oh, that's a total fail. So it should be okay now. So let me restate what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about your comments, some of the trolling comments, and we're going to go over my shaving video. You can see here I've got a cut. Whoops, it's on this side right here, a little scab there. I shaved again and I reopened it. Okay. I was shaving this time with the Harrys just a little while ago. I'm not going to try the double edge again until I get the correct shaving cream and the brush and all that. But my first shave, I got this cut and then a couple of other real small things. And I know what I was doing wrong. First of all, I was using I think, the wrong foam. And also after the foam was gone, I continued to shave without lubrication. And that's not a good thing. Plus, I was pressing too hard, especially when I did this little cut. I was pressing too hard. And that razor that I got, let's cut to it. Here's the razor. It's pretty heavy. It's solid brass, and it's pretty heavy. And I'm used to shaving with the Harry's razors, and you got to press, a little bit on those to get them to work. And this, you just kind of guide it across the skin. You don't really press it down on it. It's got enough weight that it just kind of does the work for you. And so I got to get used to that. But a lot of folks commented on the video that they thought that the first time I actually didn't do that badly. So we shall see. Craig, I saw those blades. Those blades are trash. Those are the Walmart blades. Which blades are you talking about, Luca? Be specific so that I'll make sure that I'm not going to be using those blades you're talking about. He retracted. Afternoon, fellows. Wouldn't have got cut with an electric. Yeah, but I never got a close shave with electrics. I tried them. Something is obstructing the camera. Oh, I see that. Yeah, my soft box. I got to move that over a little bit. All right, let's cut to camera 3, and we move the soft box over a little bit. I repositioned it because I used it when I did the shaving video, so there's that. Let's see here. Now it should be well out of camera shot. Okay, so, all right. I'd recommend the Astra Platinum blades. Cannot go wrong. Feather seems to make good blades. The new Panasonic ARC series gives a very close shave. Well, give me a little bit of time to get through the double edge thing before I go into the electric thing. Then I'll be doing the straight razor after that. So we got to go through all these fads, all these internet things. I had no idea there was this whole group of people that are into all this, what they call wet shaving. All right, so let me show you the blades I've got coming. Let me see here. Try to find them here. Just give me a second. Oh, come on. It won't let me get into my own damn account. Come on. I'll tell you what, it wouldn't break my heart if they just shot hackers on site, just shot them. These people that hack accounts and screw around with people and screw around with their passwords and do all this stuff. It wouldn't bother me one bit if they just shot them in the head. They cause a lot of angst. Okay, so this is the one that I've got coming. These Vikings blades, are you saying that they're no good? I've got a pack of them coming. They were recommended by somebody. You know, one guy recommends something and then somebody else says it's no good, so I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. So, but anyway, I got those Vikings coming. The ones that I used initially for the first shave, those I bought locally at the CVS. So those are the only blades they had, and because I didn't want to wait for the blades to come from Amazon, so I snatched them and used them. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. Okay, I would suggest an alternative blade such as a feather. Craig, your thought on you are using Van der Hagen. Yeah, only the Van der Hagens, only for that first shave. I'm not planning on using them anymore. But I don't think it was the blades were the problem in any event. I think it was just technique and not using the cream properly or the proper cream, period. Craig, your thought on a pink suit from Brooks Brothers. It depends on what you mean by pink. I'd have to see what you're talking about. Send me a photo. Sounds like it could be risky. I would suggest, like, a pale pink shirt is great, but no, I wouldn't. I don't know about a pink suit. I would just an alternative blade. Okay, let's see what he says about the blade I just showed. There's a time delay. Couldn't be happier with mine. Use it with the Harry's shaving foam. Okay. I've always used a combination of wet shave for neck and jaw area and Braun 3 Series electric for the upper lip. This is getting really sophisticated here. Okay, multiple tools. Have you ever done a brief bio about yourself, e.g. background, family, career, education, etc.? Not really that interesting, but there are some interviews on my website. There was a young lady that interviewed me, and there's an audio of that. If you want to check it out, I'm really not that interesting. I just rubbed my face with sandpaper, no blades needed. Well, there you go. I use Gillette razors, the cheap ones. I'm thinking of getting a high-quality electric razor. Okay. I never got any good results out of electric razors, though. There's a co-culture for every hobby nowadays. I would call them fanatics, yeah. There's even a community dedicated to using straight-edge razors for shaving downstairs. Needless to say, they are out of the gene pool now. Oh, my God. Well, the straight razors, you know, that is a thing. And I see these guys doing it. I mean, talk about the most economical of all. You know, all you need is to stroke the blade or whatever you call that. You know, you're not buying any blades at all. You just use the same blade forever. Of course, these guys buy like dozens of them. You know, just like these watch collectors. You know, they got dozens of these straight edge blades. Speaking of watches, wrist check. There's a diver, a stunner diver. I have a Panasonic ES LV95. Expensive, but very good and easy. Okay, easy maintenance. Okay, so let's check that out. How often do you have to change, like, the head or anything like that on it? I'm going to try to pull up a photo of that puppy. Give me a moment here. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's not that expensive, relatively speaking. Yeah, I mean, if it works. I say I just never got close shaves with anything electric, but maybe they've gotten better. You would think they would improve. I wish they offered more Grand Seikos without the date function. I hear you. Craig, I hear you are using Van der Hagens only for the first shave, because that's all that was available. I had to buy them locally at the CVS because my delivery hasn't gotten here yet from Amazon. So I got the Viking blades coming from Amazon. A leather strope. Yeah, strope. I've got one of those. I've got a strope. Craig, you really need to buy quality blades. So you don't think the Vikings are any good? Let me show them again. Okay, those were recommended. I mean, you don't think those are any good, huh? Made in the USA. So everybody has a different recommendation on blades. That's the problem. You end up with 15 different blades. What happens if you have a medium dense beard and try waxing stripes to pull out the beard hair? Ooh. Wow. I don't know about that. Hey, Craig, my stupid friend wants to buy a steel JLC dress watch for $3.5K when he can get the 18K gold stunner 9F for the same price. Depends on the size of his wrist and if he wants to go with a 35 mil dress watch. Some people think it's too small. I love it. For the purpose that I'm using it for a dress watch. When you want it to be able to go under a shirt cuff and stuff like that. I think it's a very specific use watch. I don't think it's a good all-arounder, but I don't need a good all-arounder because I've got the diver to use for other times, and then I just wear the 9F when I'm wearing a suit. Why would he not buy a Grand Seiko? That's a good question. What would make one blade better than the next? I don't know. I am just learning this. I guess there's differences. I suspect that there aren't that many differences, that it's mainly people's opinions on things, and I think it probably matters more what your face is like and your beard is like, and it's going to vary from person to person, and I think there's a lot of variables involved here. New head every 6 months and new cleaning solution every 6 months. Okay, well, there you go. Craig, return those Vikings. Those are like Rolex compared to Grand Seiko. All right, Bob Builder, give me in the chat which ones I should add to my cart. I'll just buy all kinds of blades. I'll have 15 different kinds of blades here to try out, I guess. I guess that's the way this works. We're trying to save money, and we're going to end up spending like 10 times as much. That's the way these things usually go. Craig, did you hear that Rolex just killed the GMT Master 2 Batman? Really? No, I didn't hear that. I posted a link above. Bob, I don't think the links are coming through in the chat. Can you email me the link? It's my name at gmail.com, because I don't think the links are posting here. At least I don't see it. I'm not going to return the Vikings. I mean, they're already on the way. I'll try them, and then I'll get the other ones, and I'll try them, and I'll just see what works best for me. Craig, I posted a link above. Okay, I just read that. JLC is 34 mil, and he has tiny Asian wrists. The gold stunner would be a killer for him. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if he's buying something that's 34 mil already, I mean, no joke, man. Get the gold stunner with the 9F movement. Absolutely. And there aren't that many of them around. There's only a couple of them on eBay. So it's not like he's going to run into a bunch of people that have the watch. Batman is still on the Rolex website. The Rolex Batman is not discontinued, okay? All right, so another idiot comment that I got, maybe it was a false alarm, but the forums were going crazy about it. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so here's another stupid comment that somebody put on one of my videos, that we were discussing Bitcoin. And he said that Bitcoin was going to basically go to zero, that it was going to be worthless, and that the problem with Bitcoin is it keeps getting hacked all the time. Okay? So So here's another typical uninformed troll comment. Bitcoin has never been hacked. It's been around 9 years. Next year it'll be 10 years. And it's never been hacked since day one. It's the most robust computer network ever designed and conceived by man. Better than all the government's web servers, better than the NSA, better than all of them. It has been attacked relentlessly by the best hackers in the world for years, and it's never been compromised. Now, third parties that have held Bitcoin for other people have been hacked. Famously, Mt. Goss, for example. That's not Bitcoin being hacked. That's me trusting somebody else to hold my Bitcoin and to keep my private keys safe, and then they screw up. They either steal it from me or they let somebody else steal it. That's not Bitcoin being hacked. That's me being stupid with my Bitcoin. It'd be like me giving somebody 5 $100 bills and saying, hey, hold on to these for me. And then that guy gets knocked on the head and somebody takes the money. He got hacked. The $100 bills didn't get hacked. They're good as gold. They just got transferred from one person to the other. So that was one of the stupid comments this week. And then he also made a stupid comment as part of that comment, or that series of comments. He said, yeah, a buddy of mine last fall bought Bitcoin for $6,000, and he wanted me to buy some, and I told him he was crazy, and blah, blah, blah. And now look how much money he's lost. Well, first of all, if he sold it now, yes, he's lost money. If he bought it for $6,000 and he sells it for, let's say, $3,300, yes, he's lost money, but that would be stupid. And also, I messaged this guy back. I said, why didn't you buy when it was $30? Why did you wait and buy it when it was $6,000? Oh, well, I didn't know about it then. Well, okay, then you were stupid. Okay? If you bought it when it was $6,000, or he bought it when it was $6,000 instead of $30, that wasn't real smart. So there's different levels of stupid going on here. Is what I would say. And by the way, the guy that bought it for $6,000, if he holds it long enough, he might still be okay. We don't know yet. The story has not been told. The whole tale is still unfolding. Okay. You're supposed to wear what? White cotton gloves while handling Bitcoin. Well, there you go. Okay. If I had $1 for every time I've heard the Batman is discontinued, I'd have enough money to buy one at inflated prices on the gray market. Well, there you go. Is it CraigShipp@gmail.com? Yes, CraigShipp@gmail.com. 2 P's. Yeah, 2 P's. My name at gmail.com. I can't figure it out. The email isn't sending. Someone else just sent it to him. Hello. I'll check my email in a second here. Hello from Dubai, celebrating 10 million subscribers. Wow. Channel rate. Okay. $1 million BTC buy on our channel. Okay, whatever that all means. No rating, stay in Dubai. So should I just block this guy, I guess? Guess I better do that. Let's see. We just do a hide user, right? Hide user. Okay, so that guy's gone. Okay. What brand glasses do you wear? Right now, these are just cheap, like reader glasses that I bought from from Costco. I've got some subscription glasses that I use to drive because my distance vision is real good but not perfect. And so I've got some progressives that I can read with them, and then I can see distance, and they work okay, and I keep them in my car. I use them when I'm driving, and I just got them at Costco. I'm not sure what the brand is. I actually got two pairs. I got one pair that are sunglasses that are designed to be sunglasses all the time, and the one that are progressives that will also get dark when you go out in the sun. So those are both out in the car, though. I don't use them anywhere else. I just use these readers when I need readers, and then normally when I'm just walking around or whatever, I don't wear anything because my distance vision is not that bad. It's pretty good, just off a little bit. Watchfinder.com has a date 18238 2001 priced at 16,700. Should I pull the trigger? That's awful high. It better be in real nice shape. And by the way, if it's 2001, that doesn't make sense because they phased that model out around May or so of 2000. So I don't understand that. Now, maybe it was sold in 2001, but it was really like a year 2000 model. I would do a little more research on what's really going on with that watch. Craig, I came across a picture of Audrey on your Flickr for the Sarasota New Year's Eve party. Man, she was freaking stunning, and her black top and gold hula hoop. I think the folks at home should see it. Oh, Audrey's fantastic. Audrey is absolutely fantastic. We had a lot of good times. Okay, so I'll try to find that photo. First of all, let me go and look at the blades here. Step one. Now, I heard that feather blades are a little bit aggressive. So this is the feather blades. Okay, so how many are in here? 20 packs of 10. So 200 blades? One-time purchase. Okay, let's do this. Let's add these to the cart. I heard that they're pretty aggressive blades. And I'm not really looking for aggressive. I'm not looking to get cut up any more than I already am. But we might try those. Okay. So, all right, now here's some different blades. This is still feather. All right, so I just added those. So I just got that twice in the email. So I added that to my cart. It's a done deal. We'll get the feathers. Okay. So now let me go back here. Feather blades are super sharp. So what does that mean? Doesn't that mean that they're going to cut me easier? Isn't that what they call aggressive? And also, how many shaves do you get out of them? Do you get a week's worth of shaves out of them, or do they dull real quick? I heard that some of the blades that are really sharp, you don't get as many shaves out of them. So there's a lot of give and take here, I think, maybe, possibly. Okay, so let's find that awesome photo of Audrey. Yeah, she's absolutely beautiful. She could have been the next Audrey Hepburn. She could have been a big star if she didn't pull back into her shell the way she did. I've got okay, so you can go to my YouTube, my Flickr, and do just what I just did. I searched Audrey, and then I clicked on albums, and here are all the albums, right, that I have with Audrey. And then if I click on Sarasota New Year's Eve, that's the one that you were mentioning. Okay. And I go here. And there's also a video from this same event that is absolutely awesome. So there's Audrey. I don't think there's anything you would want to change. I think Audrey is absolutely stunning. Absolutely, positively. There she is with a tall lady. Okay, so I don't know if there's any others with Audrey in them or not. Oh, some cupcakes. So, yeah, I mean, you can do the same thing. You can go to my Flickr photos and search, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of photos of Audrey. Audrey was always a lot of fun. I'll put it that way. Are they better after the first or second? I find the expensive cartridges need a little bit of break-in. I don't know what you mean by cartridges. Talking about the double-edged blades? They're made to a higher tolerance. No one can match the Samurai for blades. What do you mean Samurai? If you go, so are those made in Japan, those blades that you recommended? Is that what you're saying? Give me some more details on that. What's the scoop? If you go on Watchfinder website, it gives you the age of the watch. It says Rolex date 18238, age 17 years, 2001. Yeah, but see, 2001, they'd already transitioned over to the 6-digit model. Something's wrong there. Now, maybe it was an old stock that hadn't sold, and they sold it a year later, but that doesn't mean that that's the vintage of the watch because it was sitting on somebody's case for a year. I think that's misleading. What do you guys think? If somebody sells a new old stock watch, if it's the previous model, that'd be like selling a car and titling it as the next model year. I mean, that's not right. Ho, mama. That's the one. That's the one, Craig. Freaking stunning. Audrey is. Let me tell you something, okay? If I tell you that a watch is stunning, it's stunning. If I tell you that Audrey is stunning, she's stunning. I don't use that word just haphazardly. This razor here, that's pretty stunning, okay? That's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of USA craftsmanship, okay? So I don't use these descriptors haphazardly, okay? And I have always been a quality first guy. Quality first. That's the first thing you need to determine. Then determine the other things after that, like price and all these kinds of things, right? Determine the quality first. Audrey is absolutely perfect. I'm very jealous that you got to work with such a beauty. Yeah, I mean, and I'm very fortunate that I knew her for, quite a number of years. And like I said, I mean, never a dull moment with Audrey. She's always a doll. Just fun to spend time with. And there was a lot of times that, that we would spend time that she didn't want to do photos or anything. I mean, there's probably 1 out of 10 times that she would want to do any photos. A lot of times she didn't want to. She had a very low self-esteem a lot of the time. She did not think that she was attractive. She had a very low self-esteem. But sometimes she'd be into it. We'd shoot some photos and some videos, and and she'd like the results, but a lot of times she didn't want to do anything like that. And like I say, she's pulled back now. She isn't doing hardly anything. She's probably not even happy that I'm talking about her right now. But, oh well, it is what it is. And yeah, I'll share something with you if I can get it to play here. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get this to play on here. Give me a moment. If I can multitask. Oh, for crying out loud, they're trying to sell me something. I'm going into my music and they're trying to sell me 3 months for free. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, this was a nice one. Here we go. She's really going to be mad if I play this, but I'll play it. What the hell? So that's a class act. I'll tell you what, Audrey's class all the way, just absolute doll. And that was a nice, pleasant voicemail she left for me. So we always wish her the best, and if she does decide to get back in the public eye, then I think that would be a good thing. So let's see what else we got going on here. Rolex has nothing to case date on Rolex has nothing to do with the age of the watch. It's the date the case was made. Yeah, but here's the thing. They transitioned to the 6-digit watch, I believe around May or so of 2000. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if that watch was built after that time, it should have been the 6-digit watch. They weren't making them both simultaneously. They switched over to the 6-digit watch and they started making those. So I don't understand why they would have a 5-digit one that was made in 2001. I don't get that. Craig, if you had to pick a stunning cheeseburger, where would it be from? Wag's Restaurant here in Frederick, downtown Frederick. Wag's Restaurant. His cheeseburgers are out of this freaking world. Go to Frederick.com and check it out. Wag's. Absolutely the best. Craig, you essentially explained that the snowflake was the Audrey of watches. Does the gold stunner take the title now? I don't know that I said the snowflake was the Audrey of watches. It's beautiful. It is stunning in its own right. But I think Audrey's at even a higher level than that. I think Audrey's more at date 8 level. Or the gold stunner. That would be a good comparison too. Looking like the man with no name. Okay. That's weird that they would list it as 2001. Thank you for the info. Yeah, I would try to figure that out, what's going on with that. Something sounds fishy, and when things sound fishy about a watch, I get concerned. Can't wait to hear your opinion on the new Omega Seamaster Professional. Mine is running within about plus 0.5 seconds per day. You know, that would be good if I wasn't used to this puppy here. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about those Omegas. I am looking forward to seeing them. I wore a double-breasted Brooks Brothers suit on my forklift shift. Long story short, I'm looking for a new job. My manager didn't find it appealing. Well, hey, maybe you'll step up. Let's do a quick shaver check. Maybe you'll step up and get a job that pays better. You know, when a door closes, maybe a window opens. Is that what they say? So there's that. Cannot hear the recording. Wait, you couldn't hear when Audrey was talking? I was playing it right to the mic. Maybe the mic wasn't picking it up because of the limiter. Let me know. David? Are you talking about you couldn't hear Audrey's voicemail? That's funny because I was playing it pretty close to the mic. I would think it would have picked up, but maybe the limiter is so good I mean the gate, the mic gate. Maybe it gated it out. Very beautiful, Craig. Thank you. I don't know what you're referring to. Does the SBGX 2002 count as a gold stunner? New one opens up. There you go. Okay, so let me check this model. Could not hear it all. Could not hear all of it. Only bits. Couldn't hear a thing. Quick shaver check. That might be the first time anyone said that on YouTube. Okay. All right, so let me check this watch, and then I'll try to play Audrey and get it closer to the mic. That was weird. I'm surprised that wouldn't play through. Oh yeah, I've seen this watch before. That's a pretty good watch, and you can get a deal on them sometimes. It's steel and gold, you know, but it's a good-looking watch. Just switch over. I think it's a good-looking watch. Is that the one that's like 36 mil or something? What's the refresh my memory on the size of that watch? See what it says here. If it's the one I'm thinking of, you see these from time to time on eBay at pretty decent prices. Let's see what the size of it is. Yeah, 36.5 mil, 11 mils thick. That is very interesting. 122 grams, so it's lightweight too. Yeah, that is almost like a 36 mil date just stunner, but with the 9F. I mean, that would be a hell of a piece. I think that'd be a hell of a piece. Okay, let's try Audrey again. I'm sorry about that, guys. I mean, that's weird that wouldn't play. See what we can do here. Let's turn up the volume and get it close.
Hey Craig, it's Audrey. I was just calling you because I was thinking about you. I'm driving to see my mom, and I was reflecting on our relationship and all the awesome work we put into Hooping Live and whatnot. And I wanted to just really thank you for not only helping me with filming, but for helping me physically, like with the back rub. That really meant a lot to me. I don't know if you were a massage therapist in a past life, but the back rubs were amazing and really really helped me de-stress, which was incredible. You are so kind. I love you so much, and I know that you are such a sensitive guy somewhere in there. So I know when I tell you I love you and hug you, but I wish I could love you and hug you right now. So anyway, hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.
Okay, so that time I had it right up to it, full volume out of the phone, and right up to the mic. So there you go. Okay, so like I said, Audrey's a class act. Cool hat. Is it real leather? Yes, this is kangaroo leather, and it's really super, super comfortable. There's what it is. Okay, and it's got this big piece of leather in the front here. Can I show you? Yeah. That it really makes it super, super comfortable. I've got two of these actually. I've got one by a different maker that the brim doesn't move or doesn't. Whoops, I'm sorry. The brim doesn't go all around like this one. It's more, straight all the way around. But I kind of like the look of this one, and this one's super, super comfortable. That's a very sweet voicemail. That is typical of Audrey. She is, she might be pissed. I told her I was going to keep it, that I really liked the voicemail. And so, but, she would do super nice things like that all the time. She's just an absolute doll. And it's a shame that the trolls really drove her off of YouTube on her channel. And she tried to make a comeback a couple of months ago. She did a couple of videos, and she's got over 30,000 subscribers. She's no joke. And but the trolls are so vicious, and they said nasty things, and they said nasty things about Audrey and I, about our relationship and stuff like that. And she was really pissed off about that. She basically told them, she said, you know nothing about Craig, and you say these horrible things, and she just really takes stuff personally. And I told her, I said, you can't do that. You can't let these trolls get to you. But the problem is she's so sensitive that she does let the trolls get to her, and that's basically driven her off of YouTube. Let's see. I know you're a busy man, Craig, but is it possible to check out Watchfinder and look at the day dates? Because all of their watches are given an age, and supposedly they're pretty reputable. Well, I mean, I'm just telling you what I think I know. Don't take my word for it, but check and see when they switched over to the 6-digit day date with the solid center links and so on. I thought it was around May or so of 2000, but independently verify that for yourself, and just know that if they did transition over at that point in time, I mean, that should be a 6-digit watch, in my opinion. I'm just saying I'm just throwing out a question here. And if you're going to pay that kind of money for an 18238, it better be stunning. That's all the money for an 18238. That you're talking, that money you're talking. It better be a one owner watch in mint condition for that kind of money, in my opinion. Who's Audrey? Audrey Scherer is stunning. And there are videos of her on my channel here. Just search keyword Audrey Scherer, Scherer. She is stunning. She's super nice. She's an old friend of mine. She's gorgeous. And did I say she's stunning? And she's an absolute doll. I don't know what else I can say. Cool, I think it's made from the pouch. Oh, you mean this hat? I don't think so. I think it's just regular kangaroo leather. Should the leather on the hat be in the back? No, that leather is, this leather is designed to be on the forehead, and this is designed to be in the back. See that little thingamajig? Whoops. So, no, it's pretty straightforward how it goes. Do you have the Alden Indy boots to complete the Indiana Jones theme? No, and I'm not that big a fan of those boots. I have some similar like boots that are made by, and I say similar, but similar but different, that are made by Russell that are much more comfortable because they're moccasin construction and they're much more comfortable than the Alden boots. I'm not a big fan of those Alden boots. They are what they are, but I would rather get the Russells. And I've got a review on my channel of those boots that I got from Russell Moccasin Company, and they are absolutely fantastic. And they'll make them to measure for your feet. They're not. I don't think they're any more money than the Aldens. They're about the same. Maybe it might be a little more, but it depends on the leather you get and stuff like that. But they're in the price range. But I think you get a much more comfortable boot to wear all the time if you want to. What do you think of? Of course, I've also got a pair of Limer mountain climbing boots, Limer hiking boots, Limmer, Limer Customs. And those are incredible if you want a super durable, like hiking / mountain climbing type boot. They're, I think, the best in the world. They're made here in the U.S., and there's a long waiting list to get them made, to have the custom ones made. It might be up to a year's wait now. When I did it, it was a 6-month wait to get them. Are you into karate? Not really. I wouldn't say so. I mean, I know some self-defense and stuff like that, but not particularly into karate. The internet makes some people really uptight. Well, the internet brings out some real nasty people. And some people just want to act nasty just because they can. And they won't say half the things they'll say in comments here on YouTube or whatever to your face. They're real impish, when they're in person. They wouldn't say the things they say. And they come up with these conclusions and they state these facts that they have no clue what they're talking about. Like the person that said Bitcoin's been hacked so many times. So many times it's never been hacked. The hell are you talking about? And these people are totally clueless, and they'll just say anything, I guess is the easiest way to say it. Where do we find her on Craig's YouTube? My gosh, if you search Audrey, there's a ton of videos of Audrey. There's no shortage of videos of Audrey. If you search Audrey Sure, her name on YouTube, you'll find her videos too on her channel, a lot of which I shot. It's not hard to find Audrey. Matter of fact, if you just search hoop dance on YouTube, her 10 hoop dance tricks video is like one of the top hits. It's got like 1 million views on it. She's a hoop dancer also. She is stunning. Did I say she is stunning? You have to send the trolls running like Pedro. He doesn't bother us anymore. I ended up blocking him because he was really getting rude on comments on some of my videos that were for sponsors, for customers of mine, paying customers. And you start messing with my money, and that's the end of it. You're gonna get blocked. What watch are you wearing? I'm wearing the Grand Seiko diver, 200-meter diver. It is let me give you the model number here. I should remember this, but I don't remember it. It's the SB, here, let me switch here. It's the SBGA231. I've got a page on my website. If you go to CraigShipp.com, click on more, and go to Grand Seiko. By the way, I also have a page here for Audrey. So if you want to find her on my website, just click on more and scroll down and click on Audrey. Sure. And there's a page for her on my website as well. Let's see. What watch are you wearing? What are you wearing? A Rolex? I just answered that. Does your wife know about Audrey? My ex-wife. Oh shoot. Go back to this. My ex-wife knows about Audrey, and she likes Audrey. Anybody that knows Audrey, that's met Audrey, likes Audrey. I mean, Audrey is adorable. Thanks. I'll look into when they went to 6 digits. There you go. What time is in America? Croatia is 23:01. Here it is. It is 5, coming up on 5:04 p.m. 5:04 p.m. So that's 12 plus 5. That's 17, right? 1700 hours? Something like that. Hoop dancing. There you go. Hoop dancing. It's a thing. It's impossible to hack Bitcoin. Nobody's hacked it yet. I'm not saying it's impossible. If it ever were to get hacked and somebody were to be able to change transactions and basically reroute and steal Bitcoin, that probably would be the end of it. Because the whole benefit of Bitcoin is that it's a robust form of storing value, that it's rock solid, and that nobody can manipulate it, nobody can steal it, nobody can... Obviously, you can mess around with the price on exchanges, by selling a whole bunch real quick or whatever, but you can't take and move the Bitcoin around, move it from one person to the other, without their knowledge and so on. You can't manipulate it that way. And you can't manipulate the supply. You can't inflate it like they do with U.S. dollars, where they just print more money, right? You can't do all those kinds of things to, quote, control it, right? That is the whole benefit of Bitcoin. If that were to change, if somebody were able to manipulate it and to make more of it or whatever, to screw around with the ledger, it's basically a ledger of all the transaction, all that, screw around with all that, in other words, get into the system, infiltrate the system and take control, that would be a disaster. And that would be, I think, the end of it. Unless they could correct the problem real quick and assure everybody that it wouldn't happen again, but you'd lose your credibility at that point. So I think that hopefully that won't ever happen. Well, Craig, you drive a hard bargain. I just picked up my first GS, SBGC201G, the steel chrono with the big pushers and champagne dial. It's beautiful. Okay, let's pull that up. I mean, I drive a hard bargain. I didn't sell it to you. I wish I did. I could make some money. And some other jerk was talking about, the only reason you talk about Grand Seikos is you get kickbacks. I replied to him, I said, I don't get any kickbacks. I mean, I wish I did. And I said, I don't get any kickbacks from Seiko. I said, they don't do diddly squat in the way of advertising. They don't even have a freaking budget as far as I know. And on top of all that, they're absolutely clueless when it comes to marketing. Absolutely clueless. And then he responds back, no, I didn't mean that Grand Seiko gives you kickbacks. I mean, the dealer gives you kickbacks. Well, no, he doesn't give me kickbacks either. I haven't got my first kickback check from Steve. And, so like these people make these comments like they know something, right? And they're just totally like making stuff up, just speculating and guessing and making stuff up. They come to their own conclusions. And people wonder why, people don't want to mess around with them. That they're just nasty people. Who does Crocodile Dundee on the mic? Have you ever seen or have any experience with Filson clothing brand? Yes, I have some of their stuff. I have a Filson bag that I showed on the show here before that I've got a review on my channel. Just search keyword Filson on my channel and you'll see some videos. I don't think I have any of their clothing. I have one of their bags that was made in the USA. Yes, some of their stuff is made in the U.S. I'm not sure that it all is still, but on some of these brands, you have to be very careful that you buy stuff that actually is made in the U.S. because sometimes they do both. Sometimes they make some stuff overseas as well. What do you think of vintage Datejust from the 80s? Do you think it would still hold up for daily wear? I would want to know the history of the watch and how abused it may have been. I believe that Rolex will still service Datejust from the 80s. So worst case scenario, assuming it's a real watch and hasn't been monkeyed around with inside and all that, worst case scenario, you can probably send it to Rolex. And if they service it and do their thing and give their blessing on it, then I would be very comfortable with it, with wearing it every day. The Chinese don't have the tomatoes to hack Bitcoin. I don't think, I don't think they can pull it off at this point. Have you an Kubra hat, Craig? From Australia. No, I don't have one of those. No, I have two of these hats that are made of kangaroo leather that came from Australia. I forget the make of the other one. I'll go grab the other one, see what the make of it is. Give me a minute. All right, so this one is it's spelled Barmah. I guess it's Barma. If I can get that. I got to get that label out of the way so you can see it. See that? Anyway, it's made in Australia. And this one, I added a strap so that if I'm wearing in a windy situation, I can cinch this up, right, and keep it from blowing off. But actually, it stays on pretty good, even without that. And this one also is very, very comfortable. I would give this one the nod as being even more comfortable. This one has like a cloth, almost like an elastic cloth all the way around. And it is very comfortable as well. But this one, maybe a little more so. But they're both good options. Okay. Craig, when it's charged as much as possible, how many hours does the diver's loom last? In the morning, it's getting pretty dim, but it'll last most of the night. It lasts pretty good. Like if I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's still functional. When all the Bitcoin gets issued and assume the miners go away, who maintains the system and security? Why would you assume the miners would go away? The miners are paid to process the transactions whether they're getting awards of Bitcoin or not. So even once all the Bitcoin has been issued, the miners get paid for processing the transactions. So they're going to make money regardless. And as Bitcoin starts getting used more and more and more and more, there'll be more and more transactions, so they'll be able to make money processing the transactions. That's how it works. Not that Grand Seiko chronograph is ugly. Change it for an 18 karat gold 9F gold stunner, please. It's a different kind of a watch. It's not, you can't really compare the two. One's a dress watch and one's extremely sporty, if you ask me. I didn't buy the chronograph just because I don't have a real need for a chronograph. And also they're a little bit on the thick side, in my opinion. They're thicker than my diver. But it's a stunning watch, and it's a state of the art as far as the quality of it and the construction and the accuracy. And I mean, it just blows away the Rolex Daytona, blows it into the weeds as far as the technology and all that. What do you think about Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch? Pass on the Moonwatch. Just do not pass go, do not go, do not buy it. Craig, I'm looking to buy my first luxury car. What would you recommend someone who is in the market to buy their first luxury car? My budget is $200 to $500K. Whoa. Damn. No, I wouldn't buy a Lamborghini. No. Wow. I'd really have to know more information. How often are you planning on driving it? What's your real goal? What's your purpose with the car? I'm assuming you have a beautiful home. Is it something that you're going to pull into your garage and it's going to be more like a show and tell piece where you're going to do more looking at it than driving it? Are you interested in something that would be a good investment long term? What are your goals? I need to know more information, and then I'll certainly give you my advice as to what I would do. Those kangaroo leather hats, great, but I still love my Aruba hat. Yeah. Well, see, I mean, I have a number of felt hats that are beaver. They have high contents of beaver in them, which a high quality Aruba, or however you pronounce it, they're going to have a lot of beaver in them too. So I have comparable hats to what you're talking about. Like I have some Stetsons that are real nice. There are high-end manufacturers in Australia, and there are high-end manufacturers here. At least there were years ago that did a real good job on that. And it's probably the same there. Probably some of the older hats that had higher contents of beaver in them, they're probably going to be higher quality than the ones that are made today. Today, they tend to put very little beaver in them. Even the expensive ones have less beaver in them than they did back in the day. But mining is a dying industry. Are you talking about Bitcoin mining? No, it's a growth industry. There are a lot of companies investing hundreds of millions of dollars in mining operations. And trust me, they're not investing all that money in mining operations just to mine for a couple of months. They're in it for the long haul, okay? And anybody that's shutting down right now their mining operations, that means they probably didn't plan properly and they probably weren't in it for the long haul. And miners come and go. I mean, that's been happening for years. And obviously during boom times, you got more people coming in to do mining. It's just like mining gold, right? When it's booming, you got all these towns popping up and all these, gold rush towns, right? And then when it's not so much, some of them close. And that happens all the time in anything. So yes, there's less hash rate right now than there was in November of last year, but that ebbs and flows. But the people that are really investing in mining operations, that are literally spending, hundreds of millions of dollars on mining operations, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. They're in it for the long haul. And a lot of those people are mining right now because they know how much that Bitcoin's going to be worth a couple of years from now. That's why they're doing it. And these people are not stupid. A lot of these whales, a lot of these wealthy people are buying up Bitcoin right now. And they're buying it from the suckers who bought it last fall at the top and are selling now, taking a big loss. These guys are scarfing it up. And so what does that tell you? Tells me they know something. Craig, do you see a future where Bitcoin's value will be measured in units of another cryptocurrency rather than the dollar? Well, the U.S. dollar is kind of like the default worldwide currency, so a lot of things are measured against the dollar, right? Now, if the dollar ever becomes not the default, like worldwide currency, then it would be measured against something else. But you're always going to try to value it against something to try to get a relative value, right? Everybody wants to know what the relative value of something is. But eventually, hopefully, it will become the default currency and everything will be priced in Bitcoin. And then you really won't need anything to compare it to. It'll just be, it's 0.0001 of a Bitcoin, to buy this thing, right? Buy a Porsche 911 Turbo S. Excuse me. Porsche is a fantastic car, and again, I that's why I asked him. I would like to know more information about what he really wants to do with the car. If he actually wants to drive it and use it and enjoy it, I think a high-end Porsche would be a good move. But it's probably going to be less than the money he was talking about. Even if you buy a high-end Porsche, how much are they nowadays? I guess you can buy some that are $500,000. I don't know. But if he wants something that's really exotic and really impressive and people are ooh and ah, there are probably some vintage Ferraris that would probably be a better bet to buy. And especially if he wanted it to be an investment, it'd probably be a better buy to buy like a vintage Ferrari, like a 12-cylinder, a vintage Ferrari. What do you think is the most reliable car? Lexus or Toyota? If you want more affordable, Toyota. If you want more a luxury car, Lexus is, just about as reliable as a Toyota, but more luxurious. Do you prefer the 18238 or the 118238? I'm looking at both. Both excellent shape. $13K for the 18238, 18 for the 8. Okay, so John, the 18238. I think is more comfortable on wrist because it's lighter weight. And even though it has the hollow center links in the bracelet, as long as the bracelet's in really good shape now and you take reasonable care of it, in other words, you don't let like sand from the beach get in between the links and all that kind of stuff, keep it clean. I think the 18238 will hold up really well, but examine it very closely and make sure there's no stretch in that bracelet, no noticeable wear at all, that it's really in mint condition, and then you're starting out from a good place. And then I would recommend the 18238 under those circumstances. If the 118238 is in mint condition, and you don't mind the weight, the extra weight, then that would be something to consider. But again, that's $5,000 more money. So it better be jumping up and down mint. I love this guy's measured approach when purchasing goods. I'm the same way. Well, there you go. It's hard-earned money you're spending on this stuff. Bitcoin is nice and all, but I like the feel of crisp American dollar in my hands. Well, the problem is, though, that the dollar's losing value every day you keep it. That's the problem. Grand Seiko SBGB003 kicks the pants off the Speedmaster. Well, there you go. I guess it does. I don't know if you wear dress boots, but have you ever tried on RM Williams boot? All right, let me check those out. The only boots that I have right now, I've got a couple of pair of Lucchese, Western boots. One that's crocodile and one that's ostrich. But let me check out these boots that you're talking about. And then I've got some chukka boots and stuff like that, but nothing that's really you would consider a dress boot. Okay, I see the boots you're talking about. Whoops. Yeah, I've seen these. I've seen people talking about these. I mean, I wouldn't have any interest in them. I don't know what the purpose would be. It's kind of like halfway between a boot and a shoe, and it's just like I don't see the need for it personally. I wouldn't buy it. If I was wearing a suit, I'd just wear nice dress shoes like churches. English shoes. That's what I wear for dress shoes. I've got videos on my channel showing all the shoes I have and all the shoes I wear. Just search keyword shoes. I got too many pairs of shoes. A lot of them are a lot of them are moccasin construction because it's so much more comfortable. The way it wraps up underneath your foot. Matter of fact, what I'm wearing right now, believe it or not, boat shoes, your typical boat shoes, right, are a moccasin construction. The leather wraps up underneath your foot, and then they have this stitched area in the front, right? That's called a moccasin construction. And you can buy boots that are made that way. A lot of dress shoes, are not made that way. So my dress shoes, my church's dress shoes are not moccasin construction. But a lot of other shoes you can buy with that kind of construction, including work boots, and they are much more comfortable than a typical construction. I would personally buy a Lexus LC500 luxury coupe and find somewhere else to put my $400,000 left over. I hear you, but if he's strapped and got that kind of money, I mean, I'm assuming he's wealthy. Otherwise, he shouldn't be spending that kind of money on a car, period, unless you're, really loaded. I mean, $50 million type of loaded. See, to somebody who has $50 million, spending $500,000 on a car is like us spending, $5,000 on a car, right? I mean, it's peanuts to him. So if he's in that kind of a situation, then, hell, go ahead and spend the $500,000. What the heck? He probably also already has the Lexus as a beat-around car. He probably has about 6 or 8 cars already. I wouldn't spend $500,000 on a car if I didn't already have my daily drivers and all that stuff worked out. What do you think about Volvo cars? I would pass on the Volvos. Too expensive to maintain, and no real reason for it. Lexus is a better car, in my opinion. If I go to a shop and something costs 0.00001 of a currency, some people are going to make big mistakes with mistaking where the decimal point is, as it would be easy and quick to read prices. What's going to happen, Tom, is eventually the Lightning Network is going to be fully built out. And what's going to happen is you're going to have a wallet that, like, and I already have this. Like, I have a wallet on my phone where I only keep like $500 or $600 worth of Bitcoin in it, right? And that would be the wallet that I would use to do a transaction or something, right? And so what you're doing is you're just taking the phone and you're like scanning a QR code, right? and it's going to pop up on your screen. It's going to say you're buying thus and such, and it's going to give you the price in Bitcoin, and it'll probably also give you the price in dollars or whatever. It'll have it right there what you're doing, and it'll say, "Are you sure?" And you'll hit the button to confirm it or whatever. And you might have settings that for purchases under a certain amount, you don't have to confirm or whatever. They'll make it easy. They'll make it user friendly. And then you'll just buy the thing. And you're just going to be buying it out of a wallet that's going to have a limited amount of money in it anyway. That would be the smart way to do it. And then your main stash of Bitcoin would be off somewhere safe, using a hardware wallet to secure it and various other means to secure it, depending on, how much you have. So, yeah, those problems are going to be non-existent once they start getting the infrastructure in place. It'd be just like buying something with a credit card now. Same type of deal. Craig, if you had to buy a new Rolex and a new Grand Seiko as a 2-watch rotation, which 2 models would you get? If I had to buy a new Rolex, I would. Do they sell well, I was going to ask if they sell a solid gold Datejust. I'd consider that. I guess it'd be the day-date. It'd be between the day-date 40. I'd have to take another real close look at the day-date 40 to see if it's too big. It'd be between the day-date 40 and the day-date 36 for the Rolex. It'd be one of those two. And then Grand Seiko would just be this diver. Titanium diver. That'd be the perfect, 2-watch combo. The only problem is I'd be giving up the accuracy on the Rolex. It wouldn't be as accurate. So that would kind of bug me. See, I've really gotten spoiled with these, the accuracy of these damn Grand Seikos. Craig, how are you? I've heard you mention several times to avoid Tudor. Oh my gosh, yes. Is this just because better watches can be had for the same price, or is there something inherently wrong too? Well, I've heard people having issues with Tudors. I think they're just an okay middle of the road watch, and I don't see a reason why you would just settle for an okay middle of the road watch when there's much nicer watches you could buy. Like I say, if you got to go used to get a deal on something, buy a Datejust 36 mil. You can get them for a good deal. I'd much rather have that than a Tudor. And a lot of the Tudors are ugly watches. A lot of them are ugly. The hands on them are ugly. I mean, they're just a day-date 40 is too big. I think you might be right about that. So it might be the day-date 36. It's a shame they don't have the ceramic insert in the bracelet, the President bracelet on the 36. I don't think they've done that yet on the 36. They did it on the 40 for longevity to hopefully head off that bracelet stretch issue. That's on the day-date 40. If they added that to the 36, that'd probably be the perfect watch. If you ever get a chance, just try on a RM Williams boot. It's super comfortable, very much like you're saying. It hugs your foot. Hey, Asa, you wait until you get a pair of Russell moccasins. Let me get the Russells and show you, because they're unbelievable. Hold on a second. I'll go grab a pair. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Cut to camera one. Cut to camera one. Okay. All right. Let's start with the Russells. All right. So now you can buy these whatever color you want, right? And what we've got here is we've got a full moccasin construction. So basically, this has multiple layers of leather. This piece of leather here comes fully under your foot, completely under your foot, wraps up, and then is stitched here at the top, right? And then it's got another layer of leather also coming under your foot and up that's stitched here, right? So basically, it's got a double bottom to it. Then it's got another layer of leather here. And then, of course, the sole is onto that. Just ridiculously comfortable because of that moccasin construction. It's literally cradling your feet like a moccasin, okay? And when you put it on and you wear it, you immediately know. And of course, these can be made to measure to fit your feet so that they absolutely fit perfect, right? That's what Russell does. And so search Russell Moccasin Company. They're in Berlin, Wisconsin, Berlin, Wisconsin, and they make them right there. So that's an option. And you can get different soles on them. You get basically whatever you want. Here's another. This one, I believe, was made in Maine. And this is also a moccasin construction. This is like a chukka boot. And the leather is coming up, and this is buffalo, by the way, this leather. The leather's coming up and stitched here, right? And then there's another layer here, similar construction, another layer of leather here, and then this aggressive sole on the bottom. And these, of course, you could get with any sole you want as well. So, point is, I used to always wear boat shoes, and they were always very comfortable because of that moccasin construction. And then I learned that other boots and things can be made with moccasin construction. And so now I lean towards, if I have my choice, I'm going to wear something that's that type of construction because it is ridiculously comfortable. Now, they should be handmade, hand-stitched. All right, let me check on the comments, and then we're going to wrap this up here because I got to go eat. Let's see here. Do you still like the cheap Invicta Pro Diver? The what's the model that shoot, I forget the model now. That is actually a pretty good watch. Anyway, I've got a review on my channel here. There's one that they make that is actually, it's got the solid end links and, it's got a lot of good features. I wish I could remember the model number of it. They have some quality control issues, so you got to be lucky and get a good one. But if you do get a good one, they can be a hell of a watch for the money. Now, most of the Invictas are total crap. But that particular model, 9937, I think? Is that what it was? Invicta 9937? Seems to stick in my head. Let me see here real quick. That was a number. Whoops. Could be it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah. I think that is it. Yeah. So it's the 9937 Pro Diver. Oh, that's a different model. That's when I'm doing different ones. Is that the 9937? I think it is. Yeah. Solid end links. There's a whole bunch of watches that I did reviews on years ago. So yeah, the 9937, if you could get a hold of one of them in good shape, and you get a good one, because they got some quality control issues, it can be a hell of a watch. It really can be. Craig, I want my first luxury watch to be either a new generation Datejust 36 or 41, but I would like a GS Sport watch later. That's why I asked about the 2-watch rotation. Well, Datejust 36 is fantastic. I wouldn't go for the 41. I think that's too. It doesn't look right. It looks too big to me. I don't like that watch. I'd go the Datejust 36. Absolutely, it's a lifetime watch. Dane, is that a solid gold razor? This is brass or bronze, however you want to term it. It's a beauty, though. I love work and effort you put into these videos, and that you answer all questions. Well, I'm trying my best, absolutely. It's an Invicta, which means it's a piece of crap. That particular model can be pretty good. No, it really can. It's got solid end links. It's got a decently constructed bracelet. I was impressed with the 9937. It's a horse of a different color as far as Omegas go. It's the one to get. All this date talk makes me want to go watch Miami Vice reruns. Well, there you go. There you go. It's a fantastic watch. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap it up. It's been real. And go out there and make something happen. Be in motion. Be in motion. Buy cheap, buy low, sell high. I say buy low, sell high. That's the way to do it. See if I can get in here and stop this broadcast. I guess I can just do it on the device, but I gotta. Yes, thanks, Craig, for all your interaction. I lost connection to the device on my phone, so I might have to stop it right on the device, which I don't like to do, because it might not end properly, and which might not save the show properly. All right, let me close this program and give me a moment here. Whoops. Okay. Relaunching the program. Da 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 da. See how it's connecting or trying to connect. Okay. There we are. Now I should be able to stop the show. Stop the show.